Imagine being an African king in the 1800s and discovering that a powerful European army was slowly taking control of your land. They had better weapons, they had trained soldiers, and they wanted to build a railway through your kingdom. But you said no, and they kept insisting. This is the true story of Diop of Senegal. In the 1800s, Dior was ruler of Cayo, a Wolof kingdom in what is now called Senegal. At this time, France was expanding its control over parts of West Africa. The French wanted more land, more power, and better ways to move their soldiers and goods. One of their important plans was to build a railway connecting Dakar and St. Louis, but there was a problem. The railway would pass through Cayo, and Dior did not want the French to strengthen their control over his kingdom, so he resisted them. But Dior's story was not simple. At different times, he forced the French. At other times, political alliances and conflicts with other African leaders affected his position. He was even forced out of Cayo, but he did not give up. He went away, rebuilt his strength, and gathered supporters, and eventually returned. And when he came, he continued resisting French expansion. Dior became known as a skilled military strategist. He understood that he could not simply fight the French in the same way they fought. The French had powerful modern weapons, so he used movement, strategy, and knowledge of the land to keep resisting them. The French kept trying to strengthen their control. Dior kept pushing back. For years, the struggle continued, but eventually the French became determined to build their railway and secure their control over Cayo. Dior knew that another major confrontation was coming. Then came October 1886. The French forces moved against him. Dior and his followers prepared to fight. He knew that the French had stronger weapons. He knew the odds were against him, but he refused to simply surrender his kingdom. At Dekhule, Dior fought his final battle. He was killed on 27 October 1886 at the very young age of 44. But he did not die quietly. He died fighting for the independence and dignity of Cayo. His resistance had lasted for years and his name survived long after his death. Today, Dior is remembered in Senegal as a national hero and one of the great African figures who resisted French colonial expansion. Sometimes, bravery is knowing that you may lose and choosing to fight for what you believe in anyway.